Check one. Check 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. What a day for lacrosse! Welcome everybody to the main event broadcasting network here on the College of Piedmont College campus in Demarest, Georgia. We got a little crisp day today here in Demarest. I'm Mario D'Alessandro bringing you Piedmont College lacrosse action. Their first USA South tilt of the season. Going to go up against the Brevard College Tornadoes today. To this point, neither team having a win. Brevard coming in at an 0-2 clip, and the Lions at an 0-4 clip. Now, in saying that, for your Piedmont College Lions, they have played 4 teams that are notoriously NCAA tournament teams, losing all those games by a pretty close margin, except for that 13-7 game against Birmingham Southern, where Piedmont just didn't have their A game that time. But the last game against Transylvania, Piedmont really started to come into their own. So we're looking for them to kind of advance a little bit more today, get a little more touches, maybe improve some face-off percentage, some ground ball percentage, and see what the Lions can do here today in their first USA South action. Now, this is a very unique year because no matter what you do out of conference, you're only going to get in if you win your conference tournament this year. That is new COVID protocol rules, hopefully in place just for this season. So as far as I'm concerned, today is the first day for your Lions, so let's get it off on the right foot. Now, a little bit of information about the Brevard Tornadoes. They're going to come in with basically a very top-heavy lineup. The senior Sam Duffy, he's going to come in with 7 goals, 1 assist to go for 8 points on the year. He basically has 7 of the team's 10 goals and 8 of their 13 points. So if Piedmont can go ahead and put a long pole like Zach Schramm, or if he maybe goes at the top of the circle, putting maybe Mac Flanagan, the very athletic freshman, long defensive midfielder with a long pole. If you can put him on Duffy, negate him, it looks like you'll be able to negate a lot of what Brevard is going to try and do today. In the face-off circle today for the Tornadoes, you'll have Nate Ellen on, has a 35% clip on the season. Not the greatest, 14-40 in the circle. But he's going to go up against the Lions face-off man, Chris Pannenbacker, who is also kind of struggling on the season. Now, Pannenbacker last year, the USA South leader in face-off percentage at about a 65% clip, is only so far at 27%, and his running mates with him, Jacob Kipp only at 33%, Connor Fitzgerald at 40%. We'd like to see them all above that 50% mark. That way Piedmont can get a little bit more touches in, because right now they're kind of losing the possession battle because of the face-offs. Now, I will say Chris is a very good face-off man, so to not take anything away from him at this 27% clip, because they've changed the rules this year. They're going to a standing face-off instead of a kneeling face-off. So Chris trying to find a little bit of his rhythm here, and hopefully he can do that today against a struggling face-off man in Ellen in his own right. Your goaltenders for today's matchups is going to be Devin McCarr. McCarr has 11.5 goals against for the Tornadoes this year and has a 57.4 save percentage. And he'll be opposed by the all-conference, all-tournament in 2019 senior goaltender for Piedmont, number 40, Zach Chilada. Chilada kind of struggling in his own right today. This year. He has a 12.29 goals against average to go with a 55% save percentage. Now, Chilada, we know, has been a very good goaltender for all 4 years that he's played, plus this one here, so his little super senior campaign. He typically sits around a 9 goals against average, so we're looking for him to get on track here against Brevard. For all intents and purposes, they got a more shallow lineup than the Lions. They historically have not been as great of a program, and especially as of recently, Piedmont has not lost to Brevard in quite some time. Preseason rankings have Piedmont as the number 1 overall squad, and Brevard down at 4 out of 4. So we would like to see Piedmont, impose their will today and really get more touches on the ball, some better possessions up front, and really starts in the face-off circle with Pannenbacker. Now, a couple stats to go along with this. Piedmont so far this year, like we said, the face-off circle is one thing, but also whenever they're not getting that face-off or it's a 50-50 ball, Piedmont is losing ground balls so far this year at a little too high of a clip, with 50 ground balls less than their opponents so far, and they're getting outshot by 14 per game. So if you can kind of combine those two things, you can imagine that Piedmont not getting as many opportunities as their opponents this year. But when they have actually made their opportunities count, because they have not lost a game other than Birmingham Southern by more than 3 goals, that such coming against Barry in the first game of the year. So their shooting percentage is actually about a 60% clip. So Piedmont's being very efficient with their shots. The problem is they're not getting as many of them. And that kind of starts with when they are getting their opportunities, such as on man up, they're not making it count. Going at a 1 for 16 clip with the power play is Piedmont. So hopefully they'll look to kind of rebound on that today. Like I said, Brevard should be an easier opponent than the ones they have played. They've been playing tournament-type teams. This will be a little bit of a lesser opponent. Still going to be tough because Brevard, like I said, with Duffy, he can just go on a run and take over the entire game. So you're going to have to mark him, going to have to be sharp, and you're going to have to score on your own side. And you want to really get into a better rhythm, and let's get some more depth scoring by the Lions today. I said it, back in the first broadcast of the year against Barry. Piedmont can go very deep. They have a nice mix of their senior staff with Chase Goff, Brady Jenks, the all-time leading point scorer, and his brother Avery at the top of the scoring lead right now for the Lions. But they can go with different guys. You've seen Philip Waters come in the transfer this year. Freshman Brady McGuire is actually doing very well, 5th on the team in points. I like the athleticism I've seen out of Ian Parr, even though he has yet to register a point this year. But I'll tell you what, last year we saw that lineup of Connor Rogers, William French, and Mikey Anderson really take hold at the end of the 2020 season, and we'd like to see them kind of do such the same thing coming into USA South play this year. So far, they're kind of neither has more than 3 points this year, and that's a far cry from what we were seeing last year, where that line was almost doing better than the first line last year for the Lions. A couple stats here to begin the season. The do-it-all man, Avery Jenks, the star junior, has a hat trick in every game except for the Birmingham Southern game, where nobody really had their A game that time. So Brady looking to continue his hot stretch and trying to chase down his brother for the all-time points lead, maybe. Chase Goff, after kind of a little bit of a slow start, especially in the Barry game, he has come on very strong, having a big 5-assist game against Center. And Brady McGuire also having a 2 goals, 1 assist versus Barry, where he started the season hot and kind of inversely of Goss has kind of cooled off since. Somebody who has not cooled off, who has been kind of on the same line as Ian Parr and sometimes with McGuire, is Phil Waters. Waters, the transfer junior, I believe. He could be a sophomore, not sure. Sorry about that, Phil. Basically had 1 goal, 1 assist versus Center in their third game, and then the fourth game, most recent one against Transylvania, came in with 2 goals and 2 apples to boat. So Philip Waters heating up. He's going to be number 42 in your playbook today. A little bit of game notes so far this year from both squads. So far we have Brevard only playing so far 2 games this year. They lost a 10-3 game against Oglethorpe and a 13-7 clip against Averett. Piedmont coming in, like I said, 0-4. Losses that have been fairly close. The scores don't dictate. Kind of got away with them at the end of a couple of these games, which is why they may look a little bit more lopsided than they are. But losing the opener to Barry, 12-9. Losing to Center, 12-6. Birmingham Southern, 13-7. And the most recent one against Transylvania, 12-11, who, for my money, is the best team that Piedmont has faced all year. And, they were down 6-2 in that game early and really wrote the ship. They got it back to up 11-9 with 4:36 left in the third quarter and just could not find the back of the net from there. So we'd hope to see that Piedmont can put together some of those offensive possessions that they were putting together versus Transylvania, but sustain that throughout. And that's been the thing, especially in the Barry game, which most people saw early in the year. With me doing the broadcast, we noted that they came out a little flat. Barry going up 3-0 and 4-1, and I believe 5-2 as well on Piedmont. But you know what? They came back and had a really good stretch in that second quarter, because I think they outscored Barry maybe 5-1 and took the lead going in to halftime, but then came out flat just in the fourth quarter after having an okay third. So we'd like to see them put together 4 quarters of action, and that starts today here against Brevard, and hopefully they can carry that over into the rest of the USA South tournament competition. All right, we're going to step away for a second. We'll be back in 5 minutes with the Senior Day introductions. Going to be going up at 11:45 Eastern Standard Time for those of you who may not be on the Eastern Time slot with us. And I'm Mario D'Alessandro, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody, and we're about to get underway with the Senior Day introductions for the Piedmont College Lions. The Lions having a decorated senior class this year with 8 such members. And we'll get underway as soon as our PA man, Joseph Garwood, gets on the mic and starts announcing these seniors.
Are they the ones over there?
All right, so we're just waiting for the senior Zach Chilada to do the coin flip today with the Brevard College senior attackman. And as soon as that happens, we will get underway with the Senior Day introductions. Piedmont winning the coin toss. If you had heads for the coin toss and Piedmont winning, congratulations. That's a plus 150 bet for you there. Wait, this is college athletics. That's illegal, people. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to take a few moments to recognize 2021 Piedmont men's lacrosse senior class. Like I said, these 8 seniors, they have really lifted the program to the top of the USA South, leading the Lions to their first ever conference title in 2019 when they came from what was an okay regular season, got in as a 4 seed, and ended up beating Huntington in the finals that year. So over their last 3 seasons, this group of 8 seniors has a 10-4 mark in conference play and has been one of the most successful in program history. And as you can see on today's broadcast, it's a little different from the last one. There are fans in attendance. It's basically a friends and family ticket to get in. You basically get 2 family members, and all the seniors, I imagine, will have people in attendance today. And if not, then I will take you on a ride here along with Joseph Garwood.
At this time, we would like to take a few moments to recognize the 2021 Piedmont men's lacrosse senior class. These 8 seniors have put the program to the top of the USA South, leading the Lions to their first ever conference title in 2019. Over the last 3 seasons, the team has a 10-4 mark in conference play.
All right, our first senior from Ackworth, Georgia, number 2, Riley Graham. Graham has appeared in all 46 games for the Lions over his 4 seasons, making 42 starts as a defender. He started all 17 games as a freshman in 2018, finishing 5th on the team with 10 caused turnovers. Over in 2018 and 2019 seasons, Graham was a defensive anchor as the Lions were 9-4 in conference play, and he plans to graduate in the fall with a degree in secondary education. From Ackworth, Georgia, Riley Graham. Our next senior, also from Ackworth, Georgia, number 4, Chase Goff. Goff has started all 46 contests over the past 4 seasons for Piedmont, and over his 4 years, he has tallied 52 goals, good for 8th in program history. Goff leads the Lions this season with 7 assists and now has 40 over his career, which ranks him 3rd in school history. In 2019, Goff was Piedmont's representative on the USA South All-Sportsmanship team and plans to graduate in the fall with a degree in political science. From Ackworth, Georgia, Chase Goff. Our third senior from Peachtree City, Georgia, number 5, Brady Jenks. Jenks has appeared in all 61 games over his 4-plus year with the Lions, making 49 of those starts. Brady has etched his name in the Piedmont record books for his career as he is the program's all-time leader in points with 147 and goals with 122. He was named the USA South All-Second Team in both 2018 and 2019 and took home USA South Player of the Week in February of 2019. Off the field, Jenks has been named Academic All-Conference not 1, 2, but 3 times, and plans to graduate in May with a degree in engineering physics. From Peachtree City, Florida, Brady Jenks. And our next senior from Frisco, Texas, Dylan Hampel. Hampel has appeared in 9 contests over his season and a half with the Lions, making 1 start. And coming into the Lions as a transfer in 2020, Hampel appeared in all 7 contests in the shortened 2020 season, scoring a goal and adding an assist. Making his first career start in Piedmont's last game at Transylvania, Hampel added his first goal of the 2020 campaign and plans to graduate in May with a degree in marketing. From Frisco, Texas, Dylan Hampel. And our 5th senior, another from Ackworth, Georgia, number 13, Ben Hanflin. Hanflin has appeared in 26 contests over his past 2 seasons with the Lions, making 24 starts as a defender. In 2019, he scored his only career goal against Methodist in Piedmont's USA South semifinal tilt. Over his career, Hanflin has collected 54 ground balls and caused 21 turnovers. And this season, he has started all of the 4 games after battling back from an ACL injury sustained last season. Off the field, Ben has been named to the USA South All-Academic Team twice and plans to graduate in May with a degree in engineering physics and mechanical engineering. And from Ackworth, Georgia, Ben Hanflin. Our next senior from Tallahassee, Florida, number 23, Zach Jones. Jones has appeared in 6 games for the Lions over his career and has tallied a pair of goals, with 1 in the 2019 campaign and another in the 2020 season. Appearing in a career-best 5 games in 2019, Jones struck for his first career goal against Earlham. Zach plans to graduate in the fall with a degree in history. From Tallahassee, Florida, Zach Jones. And our 7th senior from Ackworth, Georgia, number 25, Jason Grexa. Grexa's appeared in all 36 contests for Piedmont over his past 4 seasons, making 11 starts as a defender. In his debut season in 2018, Grexa tallied all 3 of his career goals while picking up a career-best 19 ground balls. In 2019, he made 10 starts and finished second on the team with 16 caused turnover while helping the Lions win the USA South tournament. Grexa plans to graduate in the fall with degrees in accounting and finance. From Ackworth, Georgia, Jason Grexa. And our final senior, definitely not last, definitely not least, from Boca Raton, Florida, number 40, Zach Chilada. Chilada enters today's contest holding the all-time program record with 736 saves with 26 wins in goal for the Lions. Over his 5 years in Demarest, Chilada has started a program-best 59 contests and has been named to the USA South Defensive Player of the Week on 3 separate occasions. He was also named to the All-USA South First Team in 2018 and was Second Team in 2019. Chilada saved his best for his biggest moment, earning the USA South Tournament MVP and leading the Lions to the USA South title in 2019. Chilada plans to graduate in May with a degree in sport and fitness administration. From Boca Raton, Florida, number 40, Zach Chilada. So ladies and gentlemen at home, go ahead, stand up, give a little clap for the 2021 Piedmont Lacrosse men's senior class. So Brevard arriving a little bit late today, just got their warm-up in, and they're all huddled up, ready to go. The Lions standing on the headline for senior day. Looking a little chilly right now, a bunch of boys moving the legs around trying to stay warm. I don't think there's a single person wearing sleeves, and I will tell you, the feels-like temperature has to be in the 30s. The actual temperature is going to be about 48 come game time, but down here at the Johnny Walker Athletic Complex, the wind swirls and it really drops the temperature about 10 to 15 degrees. So we'll see if the Lions can't warm back up before this contest starts. So something you're going to notice today when you are seeing the sideline, Brevard coming in with only 14 members on the team, going to have a lighter bench, so if Piedmont, does get into a little bit of a battle early on, hopefully they can, use their depth to the advantage and, start to take hold in the third and fourth quarters if Brevard is able to keep this game tight after the first couple. clearing the goals off. Now getting ready to start play here. And the seniors will be taking a couple pictures here over in the corner, doing little pregame rituals, and we will get underway with the national anthem here in just a minute. All right, as teams line up for the national anthem, I'm going to go over a couple little quick tips to victory here for the Lions today. The first and foremost is going to be in the circle with Piedmont trying to get back to his old form, and hopefully he can up that 27% face-off clip. Get up there closer maybe to the 40-50% today for the season mark by having a really strong day in the circle. And to kind of couple that, another tip is going to be for ground balls. The anthem is going to start now, so we will be right back. All right, as teams go to their respective huddles, we'll go for the keys to the game today. Keys going to be face-off. Get Chris Pennebacker back on track with the new face-off way. Maybe getting Kip or Fitzgerald in there as well to try and improve their marks as well. Another key is going to be ground balls. Piedmont College down 50 ground balls on the year. They're forcing the turnovers, but just can't seem to come up with the ground balls, and that'll all start at the face-offs today. To try and get on track there. The last key to victory here is going to be a man up. This team is too good to be going 1 for 16 with the offensive weapons that they have. So the fourth-year coach, Ryan McKay, is definitely going to find a way to get this team on track, and he started to do that with Transylvania, so hopefully we can carry that into the man up today. So it looks like up front today on the starting lineup is going to be Goff and the two Jenks brothers. It looks like here on the back end today we're going to have the trio that started the year against Barry, Hanflin, Schramm, and Riley Graham. In net, you know, number 40, Big City, Zach Chilada. Pennebacker are going to be flanked by, looks like, Zach Jones and Jason Grexa on the face-off today. A couple seniors out there. So the face-off man today is going to be for, it's like 27, that is going to be Nate Ellen going up against Pannenbacker. So we'll have Ellen and Pannenbacker going off today to start the game. We'll have Chilada and McCarr in net. And ladies and gentlemen, what a day for lacrosse. Let's get it going, baby. My table's cleared off. My notes are ready. The refs are in position. But now they got to spray paint and ruin my intro. Way to go, boys. I'm just kidding. And here we go with this USA South contest between Piedmont and Brevard. This face-off is going to be controlled by Nate Ellen. Ellen going to come down the right side of the field, and he is going to look for it. And the ball's going to be on the ground, but it does complete it to Duffy. Duffy, we said at the beginning, has all the points for the Tornadoes, and throws it away to Chilada. Chilada with a nice outlet pass there to Jonathan Bone. Bone coming right down the middle over to Chase Goff. Goff defers over to Brady Jenks, a shot, and a nice save by McCarr to start the game. McCarr going to dish it over to Jacob Gravely. Back to McCarr, and unable to complete. Oh, Goff's going to have the ball. Open cage, he shoots, and just over the open, yawning cage, Chase Goff. Oh, you won't miss that a time again. All right, Gravely will start. He's going to outlet it in the middle to number 11. That's Tristan Wallace. Wallace come up the right-hand side. There's going to be 3 Lions on him, but he's going to escape that, checking. And he's going to up. Oh, ground ball. The ball is picked up there. Going to be number 5 here, Zach Taylor. Taylor calling for the ball. And Wallace defers. That's going to be number 2. That's Cooper down the side. He's going to give it over to Duffy. Duffy going to take it up the left-hand side, guarded by Zach Schramm. As we said early in this game, this Duffy's the do-it-all guy. They're going to put Schramm on. He's going to come shoot. And it looks like Big Ben struck one. Going to hit the top of the crossbar there on the stick side of Chilada. Ball's going behind the cage. Can't see who has it. But it is out there to Wallace. Wallace going to defer over to Atticus Cooper. And Cooper down to Duffy. So it looks like Ben Menard's defense going to go with Zach Schramm on the leading point scorer. And Riley Graham with a nice interception there. And Graham's going to outlet up to the front to Ben Hanflin. Hanflin, the big senior defender. Ooh, going to pass a little bit behind the intended receiver there. And the ball's going to come back to the middle. Brevard coming down the middle. And a nice stick check there by Hanflin to get the ball back. And he's going to dangle a little bit. They're going to try and check him, but that man is too heavy to knock over there. Hanflin, the big weight room guy. And the ball finally now is in Piedmont's possession. They're going to have a little offensive time to get some touches on the ball, and Phil Waters is going to start with the ball. Over now to Dylan Hampel. And Hampel over to Goff as they get the personnel on the field. Goff trailed shortly behind by Jared Brock. Brock, the junior midfielder, going to look to Waters, but instead go to Goff, who they brought out high this time. Over to Brady Jenks, down to his brother Avery. Avery behind the cage looking for Hampel. Up top to Brock, and now to Goff at top of the key. Goff going to go right. In the middle to get Jenks, he shoots, he scores! Brady Jenks going down low on the feed from Chase Goff, and the Lions are off and running 1-0. Good to see Piedmont get a little extended time there. I believe there was about 35 seconds left on the shot clock there. That's something that Piedmont is looking to work on now, since the possession numbers have not been there, to maybe take a little more time on their possessions, get some touches, and get those open looks. And Jenks going to the middle, drawing the defender, dishing it off to Brady Jenks, and Jenks increasing his all-time point lead and goal lead with a goal there. Pannenbacker going to win this one there, so it's 1-1 on that day for Chris. Pennebacker once taken himself. Bounce shot. And just wide of McCarr, but a nice chase by Avery Jenks. Jenks going to have the ball behind the cage. He dodges. Going to draw the defender over to Dylan Hampel. Hampel shoots. He scores! Just like that, it's 2-0 for the Lions. Dylan Hampel on a nice assist from Brady Jenks. Drawing the defender slide was not there in time. Lions to rip. You see how that really works. Now Pennebacker, hopefully he can heat up in the circle today. You win it. He had a nice possession there. Beat his face-off man clean there in Ellen and was able to create the odd man break for Piedmont. If they can do that, they can have a very successful day today. And Ellen trying to muscle over Pennebacker. They're going to come over to the wings now. And it looks like that Pennebacker may have the ball, but he just lost it. And he does gain it back. Pennebacker going to have a break. It's a 4-on-3. Hampel down to Avery Jenks. Jenks shot, and he scores! Goals, goals, and more goals for the Lions. Avery Jenks with his third point of the day, I believe. The Lions are off and running here.
Lions going number 1, Avery Jenks. Assist number 9, Dylan Hampel.
And this is what we were talking about. When the Lions can win faceoffs and beat, Pennebacker beating Ellen like he did, creating odd man breaks, Piedmont is able to score just like that. Their offense showing through so far and starting in the circle with the faceoffs and ground balls, and that's going to force a Brevard timeout. 3-0 very early in this game. 11-11 left in the first quarter, and Piedmont off to a 3-0 lead. 2 of the 3 keys to the game already coming true so far. Piedmont winning the faceoffs, getting the ground balls, and that's leading to good opportunities for the team so far, and they're really capitalizing. It looks like they may have done their scouting so far, using the bounce shot to beat McCarr so far thrice. If you're Brevard right now, Piedmont Senior Day, they're jazzed up. They've come out. They've basically took it to you so far with an early 3-0 clip. You're going to need a little bit of possession time. Try and definitely get a goal here, and it's going to start with Ellen in the circle going against Pennebacker. The next goal is not vital, but you don't want to get down too early, especially you're on the road. The bus came in a little late, so you'd really like to kind of right the ship right now if you're Brevard. And let's see what happens in the circle here. That's Jacob Kipp actually in the circle, but Ellen is going to win that one. He gets the ground ball. He's going to get chased from behind by Jenks, is not able to get the stick check on him. That's Mac Flanagan going to be on Ellen right now. Ellen going down the right side. And a nice check by, not a push in the back. They did not call it. So it's a good check there by Mac Flanagan, but the ball was recovered by Brevard. It's going to be number 9, Nate Stone. Stone up top, and he's checked by Riley Graham. That's 2 turnovers so far that Graham has caused, and he deposits over to Chilada. The very good passing goaltender gets it up to Jonathan Bone. And Bone's going to give it off to Dylan Hampel. He'll give it up top to William French. French on over to, looks like we're swinging it over. That's the Mikey Anderson unit. Anderson going to the right. He bounce shots and scores. The bounce shot's working today for the boys. Might as well put a trampoline on the ground because they're using it perfectly. Mikey Anderson coming right off the bench on a feed from Billy French. And the Lions 4-0. Pennebacker going to be back in the circle now after Kip took that last face-off. And Chris Pannenbacher's going to win this. He's definitely improving his face-offs today. That's 3-1 so far for Pannenbacher. Piedmont will get the right personnel on the field. And while they do that, Avery Jenks will take it to X as they call out the play from the bench. Ball up to Jared Brock. Looks Goff's way and goes there. Goff going to go on the right side. He has this man beat. He shoots, bounce shot, and a save that time by McCarr. McCarr gives it off to the defender, chased by Avery Jenks. So almost gets there. And the ball in the middle, the pressure by Piedmont, a little bit too much to handle. And Brock's going to get that ground ball. Brock giving it over to Phil Waters. Waters over to Goff. Down Jenks, over to Jenks. Over to Hampel. Hampel bringing it up top to Brock. All the way up to Waters, and Waters looking to dodge here. He's going to go right, has to step on his man. He shoots, and just wide of the cage. 53 left to go on the shot clock for the Lions. 9:01 left in the first quarter. Piedmont up 4-0. Avery Jenks coming out from behind the net. Double team there, is able to roll back. Going to X, coming around the left side of the cage. Avery looking to shoot. He does, and just wide. Chases on, and Goff is going to just let it go out of bounds. That is a shot. Shot clock reset at 80. And the ball goes behind to Brady Jenks. Brady works up top to Goff. And over to Brock. Jared Brock beating his man to the left side. Going to go left-handed. A shot and a nice save by McCarr with the chest. Shot clock resets as Brady Jenks will get it. Nice long possession for Piedmont. See if they can wear the defense down and eventually get a goal here. Avery tries to dodge and a nice defense there. Ball's up top now to Brock. Brock's going to go left again. Peels off, and a nice slide there by Brevard. Gets down to Avery Jenks. Avery coming to the shot, and a goal by Brady Jenks. Avery drawing the slide, getting the double team, and depositing to the open man where the defender came from, and that was his brother Brady, and it's 5-0 Piedmont. I played hockey with my brother once. I don't think he ever gave me as many passes as Avery has given Brady, but Avery's setting everybody up today and then gets his brother another goal here on senior day. Twice thus far, Brady Jenks deposits for the Lions. So 5-0, 7:56 left to go in the first quarter. Pannenbacher looking to get the ground ball. And Fitzgerald will come in and help out there. Another ground ball for the Lions. A much improved. Ooh, and nice swim move there by Fitzgerald to break free. Have a little 5-on-4 break. Oh, but he falls down, Fitzgerald does. And Brevard's able to come in and get the ball. That's number 8, Lucas Harvey. Harvey gets it up. Brevard shot and the goal! That's the goal Brevard needed to kind of slow the Piedmont Green Wave down, and that is in part to number 9, Nate Stone there. I'm sorry, that was 1, Evan Francois for the Tornadoes. Quick break there as Fitzgerald just lost his footing there. Lucas Harvey picked up the ground ball and got it to Francois, the midfielder, and he just went right down Central Avenue, right to Chilada, kind of uncontested, and beat him off the stick side. Let's see if Pannenbacher can continue his dominance here in the circle. And if he gets that ground ball, he can, but it's going to come up to the wingers. And that is going to be Mason Graves up with the ball. You'll notice that blonde, luscious locks anywhere. Oh, but a nice stick check there by Ellen. I'm sorry, that was not Ellen. That was 11, Tristan Wallace. Wallace going to give it up, and Zach Schramm going to intercept the ball here. The long pole going to come down the left-hand side. Maybe he'll have a go. Instead, he defers over to Hampel. Hampel shoots, and a save by McCarr. They had numbers there. Hampel decided to let it rip. McCarr going to outlet over there. And that's Zach Taylor. Taylor going by Graves here. Going to come all the way to the middle and just slips and falls. Oh, they are going to call a push on that, aided by the turf a little bit. I think he lost his footing, but there was a little bit of a push by Mason Graves there. And now Piedmont will go man down. As Brevard down 5-1, could use a goal here, could really make it a little bit closer. 5-2 score sounds a lot different than 5-1, especially since Piedmont has come out to a torrid start on the offensive side of the ball and has a lot of the possession. All right, so we're going to start here at the top. Jack Davis with the ball. Davis going to go over to Francois. And all the way down to Duffy. Duffy going to work behind the cage. Get it back over to Francois. Bringing it all the way up top. And a shot just a little bit high. And that's a face-off man, Ellen, there. Little shot clock issue here. Interesting, Brevard has Jacob Gravely here on the right-hand side. You don't see a long pole too many times going on the man-up situation. But if they shoot it, they can really get torque on that stick and can really make that ball hum. So we'll see if Gravely, number 14 on the right-hand side, is the trigger man. But we'll start in with Francois. Francois will go to Gravely. Back to Francois. It looks like we have another issue with something. And they're going to take Gravely off. And it looked like there was just a substitution thing where they could not get the proper attack man on. But now it looks like they have their personnel in place, and that's Tristan Wallace. Oh, I'm sorry, nope. That's Atticus Cooper. So Francois going to start it again. I'm sorry, no, that's actually Duffy in the corner now. And maybe we will start playing lacrosse here soon. All right, here we go. Francois behind the cage. Coming off to the side here. And the man-up situation has ended. And the ground ball looks like, oh, a nice check there on Hanflin. And then another check. Everybody's hitting the floor, but Mac Flanagan comes up with the ball. Odd man break. Hanfel has it. And he's going to slow it down. They do have numbers. Piedmont 6-on-3, but Hanfel is choosing to take it out. And we have another whistle. A little disjointed here over the past couple minutes in the game, but we're going to get Piedmont with the ball on the attacking end, and the ball is going to be worked up to Mike Anderson. Anderson over to Billy French. French going to go down the right-hand side. He's got to step on his man to Purrs over to Brady Jenks. He shoots, he scores! Brady Jenks on senior day gets his third. That's a hat trick, and the Lions go back up by 5. Brady with a nice assist that time from Billy French, beating his man. It's something that Piedmont can do with that second line, especially. They are small, they're quick, they can dodge very well. If they can find those 3 attack men, Goff or either the 2 Jenks, they can really do some damage, and they have so far in this game with Piedmont getting 6 here in the first quarter. Illegal procedure. Looks like that was on Ellen that time. So Piedmont will take the ball, and that's Phil Waters going over to Brady Jenks, down to his younger brother Avery. Avery on over to Hampel. And Dylan Hampel up top to chase Goff. Goff can shoot from there, but gives it on back to, I believe that's Mike Anderson. He comes, oh, that's Fraley. He comes down, shoots, and that's blocked by the defender. Ground ball here. McCarr looks like he has it back in his crease. Oh, no, but Brady Jenks was able to get it, but no, there is a crease violation there. Almost had the ball without going into the crease, but it looks like Brevard will get the ball. And that's going to be Tristan Wallace going to start it. And he's pressured by Hampel, so he'll give it back to McCarr. McCarr going to bounce pass it to the midfield, and that's going to be number 2, Atticus Cooper. Cooper still with the ball, almost runs into Ellen. And he's pressured by Nazir Elby, going to throw a little ground ball. And Zach Schramm's able to come up with that. Nice job by Schramm, and he comes up the left-hand side. He's going to keep it going. Odd man break here for the Lions. He's going to give it over to Hampel. Hampel down to Avery Jenks. Jenks on over to Brady. He shoots it. Oh, nice save by McCarr with the right pad. Able to kick his right flipper out there was McCarr. Brady had the net open, but a nice recovery by the Brevard goaltender. All right, the ball is going to come up top. Now to Connor Rogers. And it looks like that is going to be number 3, Jacob Walker in the game. Over to Billy French. French going to try and dodge again. He doesn't beat his man this time, but a slide does come from the Tornadoes. French able to get the ball back to Walker. Walker coming down the right-hand side. A nice little spin move looking for help. He got Jenks in the middle, but unable to handle the pass. Ground ball. Jenks able to get it, but McCarr is able to recover. McCarr is going to outlet it over on the side. And pressured by Jenks as a defender. Rolls back and gives it to McCarr. McCarr looks up in the middle and is able to deposit to Tristan Wallace. Wallace down to Cooper. Nice stick check there by Graves. But Wallace able to get the ball back. And Wallace loses the ball and picked up by Ben Hanflin. A nice check there by Billy French, able to get the ball loose, and the big senior defender able to take the ball, and he's got numbers. Let's see if Hanlon wants to take a shot. Senior day, take it, big boy. Gives it to Hampel instead. And Hampel pulls it out. So Rogers going to be up top to Billy French and over to Chase Goff. All the way down, going to work it to Avery Jenks and over to Dylan Hampel. Hampel up to Rogers and swinging all the way over to Goff. Goff going to go left. He can shoot that way. He takes a shot. A bounce just goes to the right of the cage. 44 left to go on the shot clock. Avery Jenks takes it behind the cage. He's going to come out to the right. He has a step on a man. He shoots and he scores. Avery Jenks goes a little high, low. How are you now? And Piedmont goes up 7-1. That's an unassisted for Avery Jenks. Gets it up to 2 for the game. Remember, he has hat tricks in all but the Birmingham Southern game this season. Looking to continue that stretch. So the Lions dominating here early. 7-1, 2:36 left in the first quarter. Face-off here is going to be Jacob Kipp against Ellen. Ellen looking to muscle Kipp out, and he does. And he gets that ground ball. We're going to call legal procedure on Kipp there. Maybe a little bit of a hold off of Ellen. I'm sorry, no. Ellen must have held Kipp a little bit, so Piedmont will get the ball again. So Hampel going to give it off to Jared Brock. On over to Goff, and then Phil Waters. Waters down low to Brady Jenks, over to Avery, sitting on 2 goals for the day, to Dylan Hampel, who has 1 in his own right. Up to Goff, and now Phil Waters. Waters going to go on the defender there. He dodges, draws the slide, goes to Avery Jenks behind the cage. He comes out, and a nice pass to Brady. He shoots and scores. That's 4 thus far for Brady Jenks on a nice pass by Avery. 8-1 Piedmont. They're laying it on thick now to Brevard. I'm tallying goals down here, and I have Brady for 4. I don't know how many assists Avery has, but it's got to be at least on half, if not more, of the goals. Avery Jenks really having a nice day behind the cage. Really, Dylan Hampel setting up a lot of things going right now for Piedmont, and the Dodgers are working very well. You can see that the Brevard defenders, I don't think, are quite as fast as these quick little midfielders for Piedmont, and it shows because they're kind of backing in to the box, and basically when they start their dodges and their contacts, they're already probably 20, 30 feet or yards from the cage. And this face-off looking to be controlled by Piedmont. It's going to be Billy French using his feet there. French has down Main Street. He comes, he shoots, the bounce shot is not able to get by McCarr there. Nice save. And he's going to outlet to Wallace. Wallace over to Francois. And Brevard looking to get a little bit of touches here. Francois maybe taking a little bit in, but he decides to pull it out for Duffy. Duffy a little too hot to handle for Ellen. He's able to get the ball. Sorry, that's not Ellen. That's number 9, Nate Stone. Stone with a shot and a save by Chilada using the chest there. And he gets it up to William French. And if French comes down and he gives it to Hampel. Hampel down to Avery Jenks. Unable to handle it. Ground ball now. Tons of sticks in there. Nobody has it such yet. And it looks like Brady Jenks was stepping in the crease there, had a foot in there. So Brevard will get the ball to start. And Brady's going to take it right back. I'm sorry, that's Avery Jenks. And Piedmont will get the personnel on the field that they need. Avery dances behind the cage a little bit, gets it off to Dylan Hampel. Jonathan Bone going up to interchange there. And looks like he'll have Jacob Walker coming on for him. So it's Walker, Mikey Anderson, and Connor Rogers, the midfielders for Piedmont. And it's going to be Jay Walk coming off. Oh, a nice stick check there by number 3, Mike Peters. And the ball's going to be picked up. Looks like Brevard is able to get the ground ball. They are. That's going to be in the presence of number 5 there, Zach Taylor. Taylor to McCarr and on over to Tristan Wallace. And that's going to end the frame. So a very good first quarter for Piedmont, scoring early and often. They come out 8-1 so far over Brevard. Brady Jenks tallying 3 goals, Avery with 2, Hampel and Mikey Anderson adding a pair each. And we'll be back with second quarter action here on the Main Event Broadcasting Network. All right, we're back here with second quarter action here between Piedmont and Brevard. Piedmont controlling that first quarter 8-1 so far. Talking to assistant coach Ryan McKay before the game about the offense and their efficiency, but yet inability to score in bunches. Well, that has been settled today. He said he really liked what he saw in the Transylvania game and hoped it would carry over to today. And so far in the first quarter, I think it has. Face-off going to be Pennebacker on the draw. It looks like, I think that's Taylor. Oh, Pennebacker's going to win it. Pennebacker spins, and that was against Jacob Gravely there. He gives the ball off to 43 Fitzgerald. And Fitzgerald down to Brady McGuire. McGuire getting his first touch of the game down to Avery Jenks. And Jenks will interchange there with freshman Ian Parr getting into the game. Ball's going to come up top to Mikey Anderson, down to Connor Rogers. Rogers going to dodge to the right, draws the slide, gives the ball over to Avery Jenks. Jenks up to Parr. Parr shoots and just wide. Holy heck, did that have some zip on it. Parr can really shoot that ball. It looks to be lethal from anywhere. And just like Chase Goff, Ian Parr, a lot of athleticism. Hasn't showed on the score sheet yet, but hopefully he can get his first couple points here today. Avery going to beat his man behind the cage. Comes out on the right-hand side. Going to give it to Brady McGuire. He shoots and he scores! Brady McGuire gets his first today for the Lions, and they go up 9-1. McGuire coming left, shooting right, going bounce pass again past McCarr. It's McGuire's fourth such goal in the season. And it looks like it will be Pannenbacker in the circle again. They're going to get Ellen in for Brevard. Pannenbacker winning another one, showing just like he did last season how he was the top face-off man in the USA South, and looks like he's returning to form today. Ball goes down to Brady McGuire. Back to Billy French. French has a little bit of room, but pulls it out. They don't have their personnel on the field yet. He's going to give it up top to Jared Brock, who's going to give it to Phil Waters. Waters going to go back to Brock, who's going to travel down the left-hand side of the field there. He's going to give it behind the net to Parr, who gives it to Jenks. Jenks over to McGuire. Brady looking for Goff, and goes there. It looks like we're going to have the dodge by Jared Brock going into the left hand. He has a step on his man. Gives it to Avery Jenks. Jenks looking for that next pass. It goes to Phil Waters. Waters shoots and scores! Phil Waters with a laser beam. I think he had more gas on it than up at the Exxon. Phil Waters makes it 10-1 Piedmont. Love the angle we had of that shot. That was pinned right to the top left corner where Mama hides that peanut butter, the cookies, all the sweets. Phil Waters. 10-1 Lions. What a shot. It looks like Kip's going to be the man in the circle for the Lions. And Kip will win his first one of the day. Jacob Kip coming down Central Ave. He gives it off to Ian Parr. Parr dodges, gives it off. It's going to come back to Pannenbacker, or to Kip. Sorry, shoots and scores by Brady McGuire. That was a beautiful possession starting from the face-off. 11-1 Piedmont. If I could recap that, it was sheer perfection. You draw it up that way. Jacob Kip winning that draw cleanly, going around Ellen, and was able to tic-tac-toe with Parr down to Avery over to Brady McGuire. I think Kip got back into that circle. He may even have an assist on that play. But either way, that was a beautiful play from the Lions, showing what that freshman can do, and their depth really showing right now. Kip going to get back in the circle there. He's going to go against Gravely this time. Gravely doing his best to defend off Kip. And Mason Graves going to come in and get the ball. And Graves going to give it over to Billy French. Good ground ball by the senior there for Graves. And the ball is going to go behind now to Avery Jenks. And Jenks over to Ian Parr. Up to Chase Goff. And then Jacob Walker. We're going to go with Billy French on the dodge here. Going left, beats his man clean. He's going to give it off to McGuire. Oh, McGuire couldn't handle it, so they're going to reset. 52 left to go on the shot clock. And a nice spin move by Avery Jenks. Another spin move. He looks like a whirling dervish. Oh, pass just could not handle it by Ian Parr. And McCarr's going to have a nice outlet pass there to the midfield, and they're going to get it up. And that's going to be to Duffy. Duffy going to try and go on Schramm, who's kept him in check so far. He's going to come to his right and doesn't let him go. Oh, Schramm got called on a little bit of a push there, so they will go a man down, Piedmont will. As soon as possession is gained. Duffy's going to give it over to Wallace. And Wallace looking for Cooper, but he's going to pull it all the way out and maybe try and dodge here on Jonathan Bone. And here he goes, Bone. Has a pass to the middle and a little bit too hot to handle there for Ellen. And Piedmont will gain possession and now will go a man down. So we have the score 11-1 Piedmont, 11:38 left to go in this first half. Brevard will go on the man up, looking to get a little traction here. I know 10 goals down is not insurmountable, but kind of the way that things have gone today, you'd like to see Brevard get a couple goals here, especially heading into USA South play. And looks like a ground ball is going to be controlled by Duffing, just shoots high. Ellen on the chase. Ellen going to take the ball in. And the big man's going to try and find Francois. Ball on the ground, chased by Mac Flanagan. A nice stick check, and Flanagan's able to get it on the hands. And Mac Flanagan will come up and probably kill the rest of that man up for Brevard. As he gets it over to Brady McGuire. Looking down to Ian Parr and goes that way. Parr with the long hair, the leg sleeves, a lot of swag, heads over to Brady McGuire. And the ball's going to come all the way down to Brady Jenks. And 5 seconds left to go on the man up, which Piedmont is basically holding just to get their man out, and they do. And that's going to be in the presence of Phil Waters off from the box as Fraley goes to him. Waters going to look to go right. He does. He has a step. He shoots and he scores again. Phil Waters, it was Exxon last time. It's a quick trip this time. The kid's got gas in that stick. Phil Waters with another laser beam to the top corner. You got to check him if you're Brevard. He's just going to keep teeing off like that all day. 12-1 Piedmont. That's Waters' second of the day, but he shot hard enough to score 4. Good Lord, young fella. Not quite Jeremy Cohn speed, but he is tickling that temperature. And Pannenbacker winning another draw, having a good day in the circle, Chris Pannenbacker. He's going to come down the right-hand side, and he's going to give it off to Ian Parr. Parr, nice spin move, but a nice stick check there. Able to keep his body in front by Peters. Ball out front, and the chase is on, and Brevard will win that. Nice chase by the D-man, Jacob Hernandez there. Able to win possession. The ball's going to come to Brevard, and unable to get it, and that's going to be Connor Rogers going down the right-hand side, and he's going to pull it out a little bit. Rogers goes down to Ian Parr. Parr, nice spin move, a la Brady Jenks. Oh, but just had one little step in the crease. He had the step on the defender there, Taylor, but was unable to stay out of the crease. And now McCarr will give it on over. Ooh, little collision there from Parr McCarr. Maybe some incidental contact. Ball a little bit high for the midfielders to handle. Francois going to chase, but Zach Schramm just overshoots the ball, and Francois will come up with it. He has a little step. Francois coming down the right-hand side on Chilada. A shot and a save by Chilada. The senior from Boca Raton using the left shoulder there. He's going to outlet a always sure-handed pass from Chilada. Nice over to Connor Rogers. Rogers giving it over to Parr. He shoots and scores! That's the first collegiate goal for Ian Parr. On a nice pass from Connor Rogers, and the Lions go up 13-1 on Ian Parr's first collegiate goal. Nice little one-timer, if there is such a thing, in lacrosse. On the beautiful feed from Rogers after the turnover. I believe this is, I'm not sure who the Lions, oh, that's going to be Pannenbacker. And Piedmont will go a man up. It looks like there was too many men on the field for Brevard, I believe. All right, Piedmont's going to go with, it looks like, Goff, Waters, Hampel, Jenks, and Jenks. And they're going to have Mike Anderson down low, and they're going to give it to Avery Jenks over to Goff. Goff over to Avery. Avery in the middle to Waters, over to Hampel. Hampel down to Anderson. Anderson all the way across to Goff. Ooh, a little too hot to handle there. No harm, no foul. 65 left to go in the shot clock. 10 seconds left to go in the man-up advantage. Avery Jenks going to dodge to the right. Comes around the crease, gives it out to Hampel. Hampel shoots, and a nice save by McCarr. That will effectively kill that man-up possession. Nice defense there by Brevard. And a nice pass by McCarr up to the midfield. That's going to be Gravely with the ball. And he's going to give it all the way down to Wallace. Wallace coming behind the cage. He's going to push Stone out instead of going to him. And the ball goes down on there on the ground. Francois unable to handle, and Riley Graham will come up with the ball. Graham going to circle back, pressured by Wallace, unable to get to him. And Graham's going to give it to the big man, Zach Chilada, who loves to work out of his cage a little bit. Chilada, a rare overthrow, but no harm, no foul, because Avery Jenks is going to be on that ball. Avery going to get the ball back. Going to wait to get the personnel on the field, and it's going to be Goff going up to Waters. Waters going to give it to Zach Jones for his first touches of the afternoon. Ball down to Goff and now to Avery Jenks. Avery looking at his brother, goes that way. Brady on up to Zach Jones. Nice long possession here. 30 left on the shot clock, and look like Zach Jones is going to be the one to dodge. Zach Jones, the senior. Oh, just loses the ball. Is able to get the ground ball, though. Picks it up. Pressured by Brevard. Double team there. Jones able to roll out. Beats his man. See if he can find an open man. He does. It's Avery Jenks. Jenks coming around the goal. Backhand pass and unable to find Brady. 15 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Phil Waters. 10 seconds left to go. Waters going to have to go quickly. I think I know what's coming here. Waters beats his man, but the Furs does not shoot. 3 seconds left to go. A shot on the ground by Goff. A reset on the shot clock, but a nice save by McCarr. Ground ball. It looks like Brevard will control. That's going to be Hernandez over to McCarr and all the way up the field. A nice pass there to Stone. Sorry, that's to Zach Taylor. Taylor finding Francois, but a nice check there by Riley Graham, and he's able to get the ground ball. Just loses it for a second. Oh, and that's going to be the senior there, Duffy, with unable to get some much aluminum on that. And Chalai is going to give it over to Riley Graham in the middle. Up to Ben Hamflin, and Hamflin's going to take it up the field here, look for an outlet, and he'll find it in the way of Zach Jones. Jones coming down the right-hand side, looks for Ian Parr, and is able to get him there, and Piedmont will get their personnel on the field as Parr settles it down with 60 to go on the shot clock and 5:55 left to go in this first half, second quarter. Goff going to Jared Brock, and up to Chase Goff. And Goff down to Parr. Ball swung around, and looks like they're going to go with Chase Goff here on the dodge. Nice defense there. Parr's able to pick up the ground ball. Pass to Brady Jenks, a shot, and just over the cage. And it looks like Piedmont will get a man up. I think they went over the back on Chase Goff. A little unnecessary roughness going to be called on Brevard. Goff had a step, and I think the defender, to try and make up the space there, tried to go over the top with a little a playful stick check and a hard play to do without committing a penalty there. And it looks like he was caught with his hand in the cookie jar. It was number 3, Mike Peters. So Piedmont looking to improve its man up. Here is the time to do it. Ball up top to Waters. Waters over to Goff. Oh, side of the cage. A beautiful pass and deposits it in Mikey Anderson. A beautiful vision from Philip Waters to find Anderson back door. No chance for McCarr. And Piedmont scores early in that man-up opportunity, and they increase their lead 14-1. And before this happens, a little confusion before the face-off, so Brevard will take a timeout. 5:55 left to go in the second quarter. Piedmont leading 14-1, and we'll be back after a message from our sponsors. And we're back with second half action here after the Brevard Tornado timeout. Pennebacker and Ellen going to do duel in the circle again. Don't have the face-off numbers today, but Pennebacker much better than his 27% clip on the season. And he will win a nice draw there over to Fitzgerald. Beautiful face-off by Chris Pennebacker. Ball's going to go down behind the cage. And it's going to come out to Ian Parr. Parr up to Josh Fraley. Fraley looks off Jones and instead goes Goff's way. Goff over to Jones. The senior shoots and scores! Zach Jones gets one on senior day! And a nice celly to boot! And the bench erupts! We got some theatrics over there from Billy French doing some push-ups and some bench press over there. They're pumped for Zach Jones as he gets his first of the contest on senior day. Love to see that stuff. Piedmont up 15-1. It looks like this will be Kip in the circle against Ellen. And Kip able to win a draw there. And Kip's coming right down Central Ave. He gives it over. A shot and a goal. That was really quick there. Goal by Dylan Hanfel, set up by Jacob Kip. Nice job by the face-off man there.
Dylan Hanfel. Assist on 19, Jacob Kip.
Kind of what we said before the broadcast. Kip coming in at 35%. And I think Pennebacker at 27%. Done so much better today in the circle. Now, it is a one-game sample size, but like I said, you got to win the USA South to get to the tournament. They're really starting strong in this contest today. At least, get those numbers back up because they're better face-off men than those numbers have shown. And Kip will go do battle again, and he wins another one cleanly. But Ellen with the trail check, unable to get it away from Kip. Kip going to go on the left-hand side, and he's going to give it off to Hanfel. Hample over to Brady McGuire. And we got a long pull here. I'm not quite sure who 36 is. The ball is going to come all the way over here to Rogers. Rogers going to go up top to Robert Dorian now in the game. Over to Billy French. French down the right-hand side. Pass to the middle, goes by everybody and gets to Ian Parr, and Parr puts it in the back of the cage for his second of the contest. Kind of an errant pass by Billy French that had a ground ball, went right to Ian Parr and was able to put it in the bottom right side, past McCarr. The PA announcer, Chuck Tidmore, getting a little workout on his pipes today. Piedmont putting up 17 goals thus far with 4 minutes left to go in the second. Pennebacker back in the circle for the Lions. And there was looks like a false start there by Piedmont. And Ellen going to take the ball through a double team there. That was Ellerby and Graham unable to get the ball, and goes to Francois. Francois just a little far beyond Wallace, and that ball goes out of bounds. That's going to take it in by Fitzgerald over to Chilada. Chilada, a nice pass to a little bit low, but gets in Nazir Ellerby. Nas, as they call him on the team, gets it over to Brady Jenks, and that's down to Avery. Avery on over to Hampel. Hampel looks at Dorian, and now over to Rogers. Rogers over to Billy French, who's going to give it down to Avery Jenks. 2 goals on the afternoon for Avery. Down to Hampel, 2 in his own right. And ball goes up top to Robert Dorian. Dorian going to go to the right. Peels off, gives the ball. Oh, a nice fake pass there by Connor Rogers. Able to get it to Dylan Hampel. A ground ball shot and score. Beautiful play and setup there by Connor Rogers. Has a little fake. How are you now? Good and you? Not so bad. Gives it over to Dylan Hampel. And a ground ball goal for the 18th for the Lions on the afternoon. Pannenbacker very quick to clamp on that one. He beats his man cleanly. Pannenbacker wanted to have a shot, but a nice save by McCarr. Don't know if Pannenbacker has any goals so far in his career. Short career so far here at Piedmont. Would have been nice to see him get one there. But the ball's going to come all the way up top here. The ball's going to go down, and Brady Jenks not able to save it from going out of bounds. And it looks like Brady is going to have the ball back now. He shoots and scores. Brady Jenks was his 4th of the afternoon after the turnover from Brevard. And the Lions go up 19-1. And that's going to be won by Ellen this time. Ellen beats Kip on that draw and gets it down to Duffy. Duffy guarded by Schramm's going to take it behind the cage. Stops and a nice spin move, and it comes out. A nice save by Chilada. James Duffy with a nice spin move had a better save by the senior goaltender. And Chilada looking to outlet and beautifully does to Nazir Ellerby. Hits him right in stride. Ellerby has Goff, that's Brady Jenks, and throws it just beyond him. Ellerby with the turnover there for the Lions. McCarr going to go all the way across the field there to Tristan Wallace. Sorry, that's Hernandez. And Avery Jenks trying to get on the hands there, unable to get the ball away. Brady Jenks going to check, and now nice stick check there by the Lions. And Brady Jenks going to come with the ball, runs into Avery. And the ground ball looking to be controlled by somebody. And it's going to be Fitzgerald up with the ball. Fitzgerald, they have numbers. Fitzgerald comes in, bounce shot, and scores! The Lions have been using the bounce shot a lot today, and that time it was Connor Fitzgerald. I'm sorry, that was Drew Bennett. His 1st of the afternoon. right, Jacob Kipp on the draw. Ellerby and Stallings trying to come in and help. And Des Stallings going to kick it to Nazir Ellerby, and he's going to come up with the ball. Ellerby, just could not find Stallings, but Hampel there to back him up. All right, ball's going to go behind to Avery Jenks back in the game. 58 to go on the shot clock with just 35 seconds left to go in the game. So shot clock is non-factor today. Or I'm sorry, for right now, not today. All right, 25 seconds left to go in the game. We got the ball up top. Going to work it all the way down to Brady Jenks. Jenks going to look over to Avery. Oh, really? Okay. Thanks, Coach. All right, ball's going to go up top. Worked all the way around to looking at Brady Jenks instead, decides to go around. And that will be the end of the quarter. So a very dominant first two quarters for the Lions, 20-1 over the Brevard Tornadoes. And kind of what we said before the game, ground balls, face-offs, quality offensive possessions have all been there for the Lions, and thus are up 19 at the break. We'll be back with second half action here on the Main Event Broadcasting Network with your Lions leading 20-1. All right, welcome back, everybody. Kind of a little recap of the first half dominated by your Piedmont Lions. Kind of what we said before the game, face-offs, ground balls, man up. That was the key to the game, and while we can see kind of the talent discrepancies between the two teams, all three things have been achieved by Piedmont. So far, they're up 41-16 in ground balls. They have an 82% clip in the face-off circle today and are 1 for 2 on the man-up advantage. The second one, where they did not have the goal, really was a pretty good man-up. They had a lot of possession, a lot of good looks, just unable to find the back of the cage next to McCarger. And sorry, Devin, I have been saying your name wrong the entire game. So it's McCarger, not McCarr. A little bit tough for me to say now, but that's all right. Some updates. Goals in the first period, we had Brady Jenks with 5, Dylan Hampel with a hat trick, Avery Jenks with 2, Parr with 2, Waters with 2, Mikey Anderson 2, Brady McGuire 2, and then Drew Bennett and Zach Jones, the senior on senior day, each chipping in with 1. We'll start here today with Pannenbacker going to be in the circle for the second half, and he's going to win that draw cleanly over Ellen, and he's going to hand it off to Ian Parr. Parr going to get it over to Brady McGuire, who's going to dance outside the box and look down behind the cage. And we're going to get Cam Wilcox with the first touches of the game. Cam with a nice bit of flow going out the back of his helmet. Going to get it up to Josh Fraley, on up to Jacob Walker. Walker going across to Chase Krakowski. Krakowski over to Fraley. Back to Chase. Krakowski going to go to the right. Nice slide from Brevard. Going to get it behind the net to Ian Parr. Fake shot. And a bounce shot just goes a little wide. Got a little more turf there than he would like. Push it just to the right of McCarger. Brady McGuire going to now take it out and give it up to Krakowski. Krakowski over to Fraley. The big sophomore looking to dance. He does. Goes to the middle. And a nice stick check there by number 3, Michael Peters. And Bavard's able to come away with the ball. A nice little move inside there by Davis. Davis with a fake pass. Going to try and go around Grexa, but he says no. Check to the head, not called. Ground ball. Grexa and Graves both in there trying to battle for it. And ball's still on the ground. And it looks like Brevard will come up with it. And the ball is going to go down to Sam Duffy. Sam Duffy now guarded by Cam McDonald. Ball over to, looks like Ellen. Oh no, the ball goes now to Ellen. So that was Peters gave him the ball. Ellen over to Wallace. Working down to Cooper. Cooper finds in the middle, and a nice save there on a shot by Nate Stone. That's Johnny Matrona, I believe, in the game. A nice spin move there by Des Stallings. Stallings coming down. It's going to go to McGuire, to Parr right next to the cage. And a nice pass and a shot and a goal! Cam Wilcox in the game on a nice feed by Ian Parr. Cam Wilcox, little freshman connection from Ian Parr there. And I apologize, I said to Stallings. That was a nice outlet feed from, I believe it was Grexa. It was number 25 starting that possession for the Lions. Going to be Kip on the face-off now against Ellen. And Kip has the ball. And a nice spin move to get out of traffic there. Kip avoiding some stick checks. Onto Parr, onto McDonald. And unable to score there was, Wilcox. 15 and 14 mixed up. McGuire going back to Parr. Back to Brady McGuire. The Marylander goes up top to Robert Dorian. Now on to Kutcha. Dady Kutcha on over to the senior, Zach Jones. It's going to go down to Wilcox, back up to Jones. Jones up to J.D. Kutcha. And over to Dorian. Dorian's going to look to dodge. Say that 5 times fast. Down to Brady McGuire. McGuire fake pass. Now goes all the way across. Unable to handle by Kutcha, but does dodge. Kutcha a shot and just goes high over the cage. Oh, and they say that Piedmont had the chase there. Brady McGuire beat Gravely just by a little bit. And we'll start again here. 33 left to go on the shot clock. Ball going to be worked all the way over to Zach Jones from Kutcha. Jones going left. Interchange with Parr, goes up top. Instead goes down to Wilcox. Wilcox out in front, unable to connect with that pass. And that ground ball is going to be picked up by Lucas Harvey. Harvey over to Francois. Nice check there by Grexa. Grexa right back into Ian Parr, and Piedmont will get a fresh shot clock to work with. Parr over to Zach Jones to Kutcha, and going to swing it to Robert Dorian. Dorian's going to look to go down to Brady McGuire, who goes back to Dorian. Little pitch and catch there. Working it down to Wilcox and back up all the way to Kutcha. Now to Dorian. Piedmont looking to get the angle that they want, and they will. Dorian, fake little pass off to Parr. Going to go down to McGuire. Brady McGuire surveying the scene. Goes back to his left. Pass in the middle for Parr, and a nice shot and a score. Ian Parr, after getting a little stick right across the throat, no worse for wear, deposits that into the cop cage past McCarger. And that's Parr's second of the afternoon. I'm sorry, that is Parr's hat trick. I apologize. And when it's senior day and you're up by 20, you can kind of do a couple of these things. Brady Jenks going to take the face-off for the Piedmont Lions. Don't know what his career percentage is, but we'll see what it turns out to here. He's got the clamp down. Oh, I'm sorry. That was no. I saw the 5. There was a 4 in front of us. I apologize. That was Noah Glenzinski taking the draw. Man, it even looks like Brady out there a little bit. Either way, ball's going to come to Nazir Ellerby, who will pass it on to the man coming off the bench. It's number 12, Aiden Duca. And then Duca over to Cam Wilcox. Piedmont kind of getting everybody into the lineup here. Number 3, Chase Krakowski coming in. Krakowski coming to the middle. Instead deposits over to 29. That's Walker Brown. Brown brings it all the way up top to Krakowski. Krakowski back to Duca. Then Duca motioning Walker Brown down. He's going to take it off the left-hand side. Brings it up top to Parr. Parr to Brown. Brown interchanges there and brings it down to Brady McGuire. McGuire spinning off the checks there. Nice defense. And gives it to Ian Parr, unable to connect that time. Ball picked up by Peters. And Peters going to give it to McCarger. I'm sorry, that was Zach Taylor picking up the ground ball there, number 5, not number 3. Chased a little bit by Parr. McCarger coming out from the cage. And pass it on over to number 12, Jacob Hernandez. Hernandez down to Francois. Francois going on Grexa. Grexa does good to check that ball away from Francois. And Grexa able to come up with the ground ball, but a nice check by... That was Duffy getting the ball back from Grexa, and Francois with the ground ball. So fresh shot clock for the Tornadoes. Ball up to Nate Stone. Stone going all the way across to Ellen. And Ellen down to Duffy. Duffy so far the leading point getter for the Tornadoes. Nothing to boat today. Duffy coming out from behind the net, and a nice check there by Cam McDonald. McDonald staying in his kitchen, and the pass to Ellen a little bit low. Able to get it, and it comes back now to Stone. Stone pressured by Mason Graves. Graves not letting him go by. Trips a little bit. But ball goes back down to Duffy. Duffy pressured by McDonald. Turns around, shoots, and off the post. No, that was a nice save by Matrona. And Nazir Ellerby picks up the ball. Ellerby has a little bit of a break. Pressured there by the Tornadoes and is unable to... Yep, he's able to actually get there with the ball. Ellerby coming down. Gives it behind to Parr. Parr unable to handle the ball, so they'll settle it down a little bit. Parr coming up behind the net to Ellerby. Ellerby shot and just can't get the handles on it. And McCarger's going to take the ball behind the cage. McCarger going to look for an outlet. And he will find that in Francois over to the side and is almost able to be pushed out by Grexa, but has to deposit the ball, and then Piedmont comes up with it. In the case of number 20, Connor Azar. Azar gives it over to Parr. Parr to McGuire. Brady McGuire shot in the goal. Nice work by Piedmont there on the break. That's Brady McGuire from Parr, and no, they do not give Azar. They do give an Azar assist on that goal by McGuire. 23-1 here. That's going to be Glenzinski in the circle now for the Lions. Going up against Gravely. And Glenzinski looked like he had a clean win, but Gravely a nice stick check to get that ball back, and he comes up with the ground ball. They probably are going to call a trip on that. Looked like he got the stick down on most of the hands. May have caught a shoe there, and that's why Glenzinski ended up going down. So Piedmont will get possession. And it'll be Wilcox. Kim Wilcox over to Jones. And looks Dorian's way. Robert Dorian over to Kutcha. JD with a haircut this year. Has some long, luscious locks, but now is going with the shortcut. Ian Parr going over to Wilcox, who finds Jones. On up top to Kutcha. JD going down to Brady McGuire, who's going to look Ian Parr's way. And Parr over to Wilcox. And swing all the way up to Kutcha. 35 lifts to go on the shot clock. Looks like JD Kutcha will do the dodging. Gets past his man. He fires low, just wide of McCarger. And they're going to give his chase to Piedmont. Ian Parr chasing on that play. Parr with a nice spin move. Gives it off to Wilcox. The first on over to Jones and then over to Kutcha. JD looking to go again. Unable to beat his man this time. Good D by Zach Davis. Now it's on up and unable to handle it is Dorian. He's double teamed there. He's able to get free. Dorian looking to shoot and just goes wide. Low stick side. 4 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Ian Parr's going to have to do something quick here. And it looks like they're just going to let the ball sit in back of the cage and take that shot clock violation. So McCarger will take the ball. 5:55 left to go in the third quarter. And that pass a little too high. Actually, it wasn't a bad pass for Harvey, just unable to handle it. And Piedmont will get possession back. So McGuire now down to Parr. Over to Wilcox. And ball's all the way up to Kutcha. Kutcha down to McGuire and to Ian Parr. Ian Parr going to dipsy doodle over to Wilcox. Unable to handle the ball, and it will go out of play. Zach Jones unable to save it there. Zach Taylor now with the ball for the Tornadoes. Going to try a risky pass over to Francois. Unable to connect, but following up on the play is Sam Duffy. Unable to pick it up, but cannot see who has the ball. I think Ellerby. Nope, that's going to go over to number 27. A nice underhand pass there from Austin Vaughn. Vaughn over to Zach Jones, down to Brady McGuire, and they're going to pull out up 23-1. You know, you don't want to pound it on too much with some of those quick strike goals, so Piedmont will gain a possession instead. Brady McGuire going to switch sides now with Ian Parr. And the ball is going to go up top to number 12, Aiden Duca. Ball is going down to Parr. All right, McGuire looking all the way up top there. Ball's going to come to Krakowski. Krakowski going right. Finds Parr up behind the back shot, just goes a little bit wide. That's not fancy at all by Parr. He was past the goal, so that was actually the sensible play to do would be to throw it behind the back. Ball goes up to Duca. And now to Walker Brown. Krakowski going to start dodging again. Pulls it back. And oh, nice catch by Cam Wilcox on a high pass there. Parr going to give it back to Wilcox. A shot and a nice save by McCarger. Ball up in the air. Looks like we have a crease violation. I believe Wilcox. If not Wilcox, it was Parr. But either way, McCarger will get the ball to start for the Tornadoes. And he'll headman it up to Francois. Francois, the midfielder, going to go to his right. He's going to hand it off, and a nice play down to Sam Duffy, and that is his first goal of the game as the Tornadoes get their second. Duffy from an assist by Francois. Nothing Johnny Matrona could really do there. That's a tough place when you're having a guy coming right across the crease, trying to wonder if they're going to come short side or just keep going with their momentum and take the right side of the net. And Duffy did do that. There's a nice pass by Francois, though, getting free from the Lions defense. And Pannerbacker's going to get back in the circle, once again on an 82% clip today from the Lions. And Pannebacker will win this one clean on Ellen again. Pannebacker down to Parr. Parr looking to rip. He does, and he scores. Ian Parr with a laser beam right over McCarger's right shoulder. And just like that, Piedmont gets that 22-point lead. That's Parr's fourth of the afternoon, as he'll head to the sideline for a little bit. You kind of don't want to score the goals off the rush when you're up 22, but whenever they're giving it to you, I mean, it's college lacrosse now, so there's no time for feel goods. And as Des Stallings gives it over to Connor Rogers down to Wilcox, this time they don't have the number, so Piedmont will pull it out. Rogers waving on Zach Jones, and he will go that way. It'll be Jones, Dorian, and J.D. Kutcha on the top line of the midfielders for the Lions. Rogers, Wilcox, and can't see who's on the far end of the field. I think that's Brady McGuire. That is. And McGuire will go down to Wilcox. Swings it all the way over to Jones and up to Kutcha. 43 left to go on the shot clock. 4 minutes left to go in the quarter. Dorian going to come off to his left. Dorian passes over to Kutcha. Kutcha going to take a shot and just wide. Some zip on that one from J.D. Kutcha. Chased by Brady McGuire, who'll take it in from the other line. .27 left to go in the shot clock as Kutcha takes it at the top of the key for Zach Jones. And Jones, the big senior, is going to go down the left-hand side on his left hand. And a nice interception by McCarger. I think that was a pass back door for Brady McGuire. Carger moseying out of his net, finds Francois again, his favorite target in the middle of the field. Francois, just like he did last time, has a little bit of room there. Instead of going to Duffy, goes in front of the net this time, and Johnny Matrona has the ball, picking up the ground ball. And on the restart here, it's going to be Zach Jones, starting from the line head at center field here at the Walker Sports Complex. Ball's down to the freshman Ian Parr, back in the game now. Over to the other freshman, the Marylander, Brady McGuire. Ball over to Dorian and down to Wilcox. Sharing the ball a bunch here are the Lions. Everybody getting their touch on the offensive end. 51 seconds left to go on the shot clock. We have 1:23 left to go in the game. I'm sorry, in the quarter. Lions up 24-2. Coach Ryan McKay calling out his play with 35 seconds left to go in the shot clock. So this time around, they'll look to get it to the man that they're looking to dodge on, and that's going to be Robert Dorian. Dorian going to his right, defers on over to Zach Jones. Zach Jones pressure, gives it off to Brady McGuire. Right, nice pass in the middle to J.D. Kutchka and a goal. Very nice passing on the perimeter by the Lions. They got the dodge by Dorian, worked it all the way over to Brady McGuire. Once the slid happened, Kutchka slides down right into the soft spot in the defense right in the middle of the box, and he's able to deposit it past McCarger for the 25th of the game. Lions rotating 3 Fogos today, third of which now is Jacob Kipp, who's had a nice day in the circle so far. Ground ball. It looks like that'll be number 27, Austin Vaughn, up with the ground ball. And it goes down to Ian Parr. This freshman attack line of McGuire, Parr, and Wilcox looks like they'll probably go the rest of the game. So that'll break Avery Jenks' all hat tricks but one game this year, as he only has 2 goals in this game, but had 5 assists to both, so 7 points. Avery's not going to go home and cry about that at all. And up top, we're going to have Aiden Duca with the ball going down to Ian Parr. Parr swinging it down to Wilcox. Takes a gander at the clock, and that will run out for the third quarter. As the Lions are in front by a, well, what you would say a comfortable margin. 25-2, Piedmont leads. Going into the fourth quarter here on the Main Event Broadcasting Network. And we'll be back with fourth quarter action in just a second. All right, we're back with fourth quarter action. The last 15 minutes to go here on Senior Day in Demorest, Georgia. Jacob Kipp's going to be back in the circle and is going to win that one cleanly over Wallace. Kipp able to control that ground ball over to Wilcox. Whistle on the play, the ref talking to something on the Piedmont Lions bench with either Tim Dutton or Ryan McKay, not quite sure who. Either way, we'll restart here, 75 to go left on the shot clock. Wilcox will get the ball down to Brady McGuire. Freshman line of McGuire, Wilcox, and Parr still out here. And the ball's worked up to 29, Walker Brown. On over to Dorian. I'm sorry, that's Duca on over Now to Chase Krakowski, down to McGuire. Ball's worked all the way up around to Duca. Piedmont looking to get longer possessions here, as Coach Ryan McKay had hinted early before the broadcast. 34 seconds left to go in the shot clock. It'll be Brown going to dodge. Coming to the middle field, finds Duke on the right-hand side. Down to Brady McGuire. 20 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Brown down the left-hand side, trying to go to his left, spins back to the right. Off to Duca, 10 seconds ago. McGuire, a little fake pass, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Going to have something quick by the Lions. Doesn't look like Krakowski going to have to take a very long shot on McCarger, and that was with no time left. Would not have counted anyways. So good defense there by the Tornadoes. And McCarger unable to connect in the middle. He does end up finding Sam Duffy. Duffy down the middle. Shoots, and a nice save there by Matrona. Matrona up to Nazir Ellerby. And Ellerby will settle it down with Wilcox. Wilcox takes it behind the cage. Going to look for McGuire off to the right-hand side, and he'll go there. McGuire back to Wilcox. And all the way up to J.D. Kutcha. Kutcha over to Dorian. And now down to McGuire. Lions taking all the shot clock they can, up by 22. You'd expect them to do that and not try and run the score up too much when it comes time to shoot. They have made some good advances at the goal. Dorian coming down the right-hand side. Going to go over to Brady McGuire. 20 seconds left to go on the shot clock. McGuire behind the net. Going to look up and find Zach Jones. Jones over to Dorian. Gets a little step on his man, but nice defense, nice recovery there. Takes a bounce shot on McCarger, and he's able to swallow that up at the 5-hole. He'll go behind his cage and look to outlet there to Tristan Wallace. Wallace able to take it in to the offensive zone on Zach Jones. Jones trying to come back. Wallace has a step. Wallace looks to shoot. He does. And a nice save there, but that's Johnny Gardner, the freshman, coming into the goal. Gardner outlets over. And just a little high there for Des Stallings. Ground ball there, and a nice check there by Brady McGuire to take his man out. And that ball is going to be picked up by Alec Long. Long on up top to Duca. Up top to Krakowski. Long will get over to change. And that ball's going to go down to Wilcox. And now swinging it over to 29 Walker Brown, all the way over to Aiden Duca. Duca looking to dodge, interchanges with Parr there, does go to Parr. Over to McGuire.
Exactly.
All the way over to Walker Brown. Brown coming down the right-hand side, has a little spin move, gets to the middle, is able to dodge. Walker Brown just loses his handles on the ball, and McCarger is able to take control. Pressured a little bit by Parr, and is able to outlet there to Atticus Cooper. Cooper with a lot of real estate to roam. He's got only green in front of him. They got a little bit of numbers, Brevard does. Ball over to Duffy, and a nice check there. Puts him on his wallet by Connor Azar. Azar with a nice check on the leading goal scorer, Sam Duffy. And Johnny Gardner outlets the ball in the middle of the field. It's able to be picked up by Alec Long on over to Brady McGuire. 10 minutes left to go here in the game. Piedmont up 25-2. Ian Parr is going to take it behind the net, go over to Cam Wilcox, and on over to Krakowski. I'm sorry, that's Kutcha. Now it's over to Robert Dorian and down to Brady McGuire. Kutcha going to be the one to dodge now. He gets by his man. The slide comes, tries to feed it to Wilcox, unable to handle ground ball. Looks like McCarger fighting for it with McGuire, and he takes a little bit of a shot. Oh, and that's Dorian. He doesn't like that, and he goes right back at Jacob Hernandez, who gave him a little shot to the face initially. Now Hernandez holds his team back. 25-2, seeing a little sparks fly, nothing wrong with that. Don't know what kind of penalties were going to be assessed here, but a little physical play never hurt nobody. Lacrosse is a contact sport after all. Dorian just didn't like the way he was checked there into the crease by Hernandez. Hernandez keeping his cool and walking away, but his teammate came in to, back him up. And Hernandez is going to go to the sin bin for that push on Dorian. So it looks like Piedmont will go a man up. All right, so Piedmont with the man up. They're 1 for 2 today, 50%, and this is not their number one unit, but they would still like to get that man up going again. They got Brady McGuire down below, and they're going to work the ball over to, looks like Parr. On over up top to Kutcha. Kutcha down on low to Dorian, back up top to Kutcha. Some nice ball moving the top of the key, going down to Parr, going back to Zach Jones. Zach Jones looks to have one, but instead goes over to Dorian. Dorian backdoor to Parr. Fakes, goes up top to Zach Jones. Jones all the way over to Dorian. Piedmont a couple of chances to shoot, but instead defers. Ball's on the ground now. Man up only has 10 seconds left on it. And a pass just a little too high to handle there for Ian Parr, so Brevard's going to take control, and man up will probably end unless that was a non-releasable 1 minute. Ball's going to go all the way over to McCarger, who's going to find Duffy right in the middle of the field. And Duffy's probably going to be able to just go all the way around and kill this penalty off. Instead, Duffy looking like he want to create a little offense. Duffy coming to the middle, pass over to Water, shot, and just past Johnny Gardner. The chase is on, and Francois able to get there ahead of John Gardner. And it looks like Francois is going to take the ball to the right here. He's going to be defended by Connor Azar. Azar with the size advantage and gets what I thought was a nice stick check. Says he got him just on the elbow pad and not the stick, but so Connor Azar is going to get flagged for that. And now Brevard will get a chance at the man up here. So Brevard going to start on the man up here. 8:23 left to go in the game. Piedmont up 25-2. Piedmont has 3 touchdowns today, a field goal, and they went for 2 on one of those touchdowns. So Francois going to start with the ball here. Going to go over to Ellen. Ellen on over to Wallace. Ball's going to work all the way down to Sam Duffy. Duffy going to look behind for Ellen and goes that way. And then goes up top to Wallace. 30-second releasable penalty here. So man down for the lines. And the shot goes to Francois and just right of John Gardner. Ellen behind. And he will take the ball to start here. 17 seconds left to go on the man-up opportunity. Sam Ellen. Going to work it all the way up over. I'm sorry, that's Sam Ellen with the ball. That was Duffy instead. Ball to Francois. Back down to Nate Stone. Stone interchanging, finds Ellen there. Ellen with a wild shot and a nice stick there to not allow that to happen by Des Stallings. Stallings going to roll behind the cage, and that will effectively kill that man-up opportunity. And he's trying to find Johnny Gardner, and send goes all the way across the field to Andy Gooch. Gooch up, and look out. Unable to handle by Nazir Ellerby. That's going to be Duffy with the ball shot, and that is eaten beautifully by Andy Gooch. Gives the ball away, but sends his body on the line and deflects that with his chest. And now Nazir Ellerby going to take the ball up for the Lions down the right-hand side of the field. Looks Brady McGuire's way and goes there. And Piedmont will try and take a good chunk of that 80 seconds they have on that shot clock again as they get all their personnel on the field. That's Jake Krikoski going to take the ball just coming off the bench, and he'll give it over to Walker Brown. Brown all on down to Wilcox, who's going to go over to Ian Parr. Parr down to McGuire. The Wilcox-Parr-McGuire line still staying on here for the duration of this game. Krikoski going to interchange with Brown as Ryan McKay calls off whatever play that they're trying to run here. Working around the top of the box, Piedmont is getting touched on everybody. And Walker Brown looks like he's going to dodge on the right-hand side. Gets by Ellen a little bit, deposits on to Brady McGuire. McGuire backdoor to Ian Parr, and a nice dish right over to Wilcox. And he puts that in the back of the cage for the 26th goal for the Lions today. So that's Wilcox's third today. McGuire, believe that is 3 assists for him as well on the afternoon. And they're going to get Noah Glenzinski back in the circle. He's 1-on-1 on the day. Piedmont better than 80% in the faceoff circle today. A key to today's victory was improving that 27% mark that Pennebacker came in with today. He is near perfect on the draws so far. Gledzinski looking to go above the 50% watermark, and he does. Ball's going to come back into the stick of Wilcox. And it's going to go up top to J.D. Kutcha. They're going to have the Kutchka, Zach Jones, and Robert Dorian midfield along to go with that freshman attack line. Really everything Piedmont's done today has been to perfection. Maybe 1 or 2 turnovers that have left to a fast break by Brevard so far for the 2 goals. But otherwise, good to see Piedmont get back into the win column after the 0-4 start they had to the season. And Dorian's going to be the one that's going to lead the charge here. Instead, kind of throws a little lame duck pass over to Kutcher, but he's able to corral it. No harm, no foul. Ball goes over to Jones, who has a step. Zach Jones going to look down low to Parr. Parr backdoor, unable to connect with Brady McGuire. And now that ground ball is going to be picked up by Gravely. Jacob Gravely going with a risky pass there, but is able to be corralled. It is by number 12. That's Tristan Wallace. Wallace throws a ground ball on goal, I guess. And Johnny Gardner's going to get the ball out. Attempted a spin move there by Alec Long. Loses the ball in the process. But now makes a nice check on the defender, and Cam McDonald's going to come up with the ball. McDonald got by the turf monster there, but no worse for wear as Cam Wilcox comes in and picks up the trash. Gets the ball all the way over to Brady McGuire with 70 left to go in the shot clock and 4:38 left to go in the contest. Ball's going to come all the way up top to Duca. And Duca on over to Dorian, who gives it back to him. And on now to J.D. Kutcha, going down for Wilcox. Dorian coming down the right-hand side. Nice check out there to keep him to the outside. Brady McGuire now with the ball. Over up top. And just goes wide there, the shot by Duca. 31 to go on the shot clock. Brady McGuire will take it now. McGuire from behind the cage finds all the way across to Dorian. Dorian with a shot and a nice save by McCarger. McCarger outlets to the middle, is unable to connect there, and Ian Parr taking it between his legs. Able to get the ball down to the right-hand side, over on to Robert Dorian, and now up top to Duca. And interchanges with the senior Zach Jones. As Piedmont gets his touches, kind of reminder, we have our next game going to be at 7 p.m. on the 26th of March against Huntington, another USA South matchup for the Lions. They'll take on LaGrange April 2nd right after that. 52 seconds left to go on the shot clock. We got the ball all the way around now to Zach Jones, who's going to get it to Duca, and looks like Duca's going to demand a dodge. Unable to get separation from man. Now Duca does beat his man and shoots the ball just wide. Brady McGuire on the chase. 36 seconds left to go in the shot clock. McGuire up to Jones, unable to handle it, but a nice stick check. Unable to get the ground ball, though, is Jones. And comes up with it is Wallace for Brevard. All the way down and shot just off the post by Duffy there. Sam Duffy now with the ball behind the cage. And it looks like a timeout was called by... I'm not going to lie and say I know which team, but there's a timeout on the field anyways. So left to go in the game, 26-2. Piedmont leaves. Brevard will start with the ball when we come back with a word from our sponsors. For those of you Piedmont Lions fans listening, I know we have a couple of you out there that are also softball fans. Tune in just after this game. The Piedmont softball team will be taking on the Emory Eagles, a rematch from the 2019 regional finals where the Emory Eagles were able to defeat the Piedmont Lions in extra innings. Definitely tune into that game as that will be a very hotly contested contest here. Coming up at 2 o'clock here on the Main Event Broadcasting Network. Francois is going to start with the ball now. He comes in the middle, has a step. Francois with a bounce shot just past Johnny Gardner. Duffy was chasing on the back end. I'm sorry, Duffy, not Duffy. Duffy's going to go right. Pass into the middle. And nice save there by Johnny Gardner. It was a little bit of an awkward shot there from Peters, but the ball is now gathered back, and that's a nice job there by Jacob Gravely. I'm sorry, Jack Davis. Davis going to have the ball up top. He's going to be defended by Ben Durkin. Davis going to go down low. And that pass is unable to be corralled there, so it's going to be picked up by number 20, Connor Azar. Azar outlets all the way up top to Alec Long. Long coming in, going to give it off to Brady McGuire, down to Ian Parr. And Parr over to Wilcox. Shot clock is very close to the game clock. We have about a 20-second difference. Minute 29 left to go in the game. And Brevard will take over for probably the last possession of the game if they're able to hold on for the entire time. Trucked all the way down to Francois. And Francois coming out to the side. He's got a man open, a shot, and just off the post, unable to connect. There was Tristan Wallace. Ball's going to stay with Brevard. Hopefully they can maybe get a goal here to end the game. Go on a feel-good note for him. It's going to be Nate Stone coming around. Stone with a nice spin move, but a good stick check by Nazir Ellerby. But a shot in the middle is just kind of not quite caught into the mesh there by Will Scoggins. Now the ball's going to be picked up at a long pole there. Going to go over to Duffy. Duffy going to the right. Looks like he has a lane. He shoots just high over Gardner. 40 seconds left to go, so the shot clock is irrelevant at this point. It's going to be picked up by Stone. Stone coming down the left-hand side. A nice stick check there by number 17, Carson Vicos. Ball to the top to Francois. Francois dives, beats his man to the right. Francois going to have a go, and a nice save by Johnny Gardner, the freshman goaltender. 22 seconds left to go. Piedmont will look to just eat this clock up. That's going to go up top to Andy Gooch. And Gooch is just going to give it off to Brady McGuire, who is probably going to sit there with it and just kill the last 10 seconds of this game. Brady will just run to the top of the box. Give it off to Kurkowski, off to Kutcha, and that is your final. The first win of the year for the Piedmont College Lions lacrosse team. Get off the schneid of the 0-4 non-conference schedule, and they start off the USA South with a very, very convincing win over the Brevard Tornadoes. 26-2 here for the Lions. A lot of things went right today. We had the face-off percentage coming back from which was about a 30% clip. They were nearly 85% from the circle today with Pannenbacker, Kip, with a combined very, very good day in the circle, as well as the ground balls. Piedmont dominated the ground balls. I don't have the second half units for you, but 41-16 was the first half, and I know they had more of the same in the second. So those two things combined with the man up going 1 for 3, much better than the 1 for 16 clip they had prior to the season starting. So really everything settling down for Piedmont, and they'll hope to keep that rolling with the next USA South contest against Huntington. So once again, I'm Mario D'Alessandro from the Main Event Broadcasting Network. Thank you for coming along with us, and we will see you next time.